Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a good week, and we look forward to, as always, a wonderful Shabbos. It is hard to believe that today, Friday, is Rosh Chodesh Elul, the first day of Elul, and that therefore Rosh Hashanah is only a month away. It's almost too much to think about, at least for me, that we have 30 days until Rosh Hashanah. So let's not think about Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur that follows it, but let us just think about the time of Elul itself. For the month of Elul is a very special, holy time, and even without all of those awesome days that follow it, we should focus on, to use, to enjoy, and to be inspired during the month of Elul. In the context of these Erev Shabbos videos of our Torahs, which have been focusing on Tefillah this year, we will consider L'David Hashem Ori V'Yishi, the parak of Tehillim Tilm Chav Zayin that we say after Shachar Samarv during the month of Elul. And in particular, the central, most famous pasuk in this parak of Tehillim. David HaMelech writes, Achat Sha'alti me'es Hashem o sabakesh. There is but one thing that I ask of God, and this is the only thing I seek. It sounds like there'll be only one thing. Then he lists at least three. Shifti beveis Hashem kol yemei chayai, lachazos benoam Hashem ulevaker behechalol. Let's consider each one separately, one at a time. Shifti beveis Hashem kol yemei chayai, to sit in the house of Hashem all the days of my life. This may refer to literally visiting the Beis Hamikdash, or spending time in a shul or Beis Medrash, but more generally, it can mean that he wants to live his life, that wherever he is, whatever David HaMelech is doing, that he feels Hashem's presence, that he is in his house, that the world is Hashem's house. To be in Hashem's house, kol yemei chayai, all the days of my lives, I don't understand that to mean literally every day, but that there are different days in our life. We have different days. We have youth, middle age, later years. There are different days, different periods of our lives when we are working, when we are not working, when there are children at home and not children at home. And David HaMelech is asking Hashem, I wish to live a full life, that in every period you are with me. I sense that you are guiding and protecting me. I sense that I feel that I am serving you. And that connects all of these different pieces into one life that is lived, Beveis Hashem, in the house of God. David HaMelech says, I also ask lachazos benoam Hashem. Lachazos literally comes from the word, the root to see and to behold the sweetness, the pleasantness of Hashem. He doesn't say to enjoy, but to see. There's the implication of the clarity of sight. Hashem, let me see. Let me have a clear sense of direction and purpose and not be confused. And to see what? Benoam Hashem. The pleasantness, the sweetness of Hashem we seek. We're to daven, Hashem, help me do mitzvos and help me enjoy mitzvos. Help me find joy and happiness in mitzvos. We should want to love and find great happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment in the mitzvos. There's nothing wrong with that. It's supposed to be like that. And finally, ulevaker behechalo. In modern Hebrew, levaker means to visit, bikur chom, to visit someone who is ill. And therefore, I think many people naturally translate the pasuk in that way, levaker behechalo, to visit his sanctuary, his temple, which causes problems. He has to be in Hashem's house every day. Why is he only asking to visit? But the truth is, that's not what the word means. The word levaker, bikur, in Tanakh does not mean to visit. That's a modern usage. So what does this phrase mean? Levaker echalo, this is the pinnacle. David HaMelech has been asking, there's only one thing, to sit in Hashem's house, to see and behold his pleasantness. And then finally, the highest level, levaker behechalo. Rashi says it comes from the word boker, that I wish to visit every morning, to arise every morning in his temple. But others, the Radak and Ibn Ezra, and what is now considered the more correct reading of the pasuk, they read it levaker. That the word levaker can also mean in Tanakh to investigate, to check, to examine, to consider, to contemplate. In the context of Saras, there's a pasuk in Tazrir or Mitzvah where it says, Lo yivaker hakohen, the kohen need not check the blemish, the tsaras wound. So levaker behechalo means, and I seek to come to his temple, to his sanctuary, ulevaker behechalo, and to contemplate and to meditate, to think and ponder, consider my life in the Beis Hamikdash, in a holy place, in a holy mindset. As an aside, originally the phrase Bikur Cholim didn't mean to visit the sick, but it meant to check on them, to see how they're doing, to investigate, do they need anything? So even there, Bikur really has this same root. But coming back to our pasuk, the highest level, what David HaMelech asks of Hashem is to be able to have the peace of mind, to have the capability, the opportunity to behechalo in his sanctuary, to contemplate, to ponder, to consider Hashem, his Torah, his connection to Hashem, how he serves Hashem. Elul is a time when we can and should tap into each of these three ingredients. Shifti Beis Hashem Kol Yemei Chayai, Elul and Rosh Hashanah Kippur is a touchstone in our lives. When we stand before Hashem on these very special days, I stand in the present, but we bring our past. We feel connected to past Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippurs. It's a time when we expand our perspective and we are thinking about lifelong questions, how my life path is going. Lachazos b'noam Hashem, and is a time that we seek clarity, to see straight, but also b'noam Hashem, also to enjoy, to be inspired, to taste the pleasantness, the joy of serving Hashem. But finally, this is what I wish to focus on. And just our last minute or two in this Dvar Torah, Lavaker Beheichalo, the highest level, is Bikur, is meditation, is contemplation, is thinking. I believe Socrates is the one who is quoted as saying that the unexamined life is not worth living. That's a very strong statement, but certainly is true. That every life deserves to be examined, to be appreciated, so it is used to its fullest. El is the time to examine our lives, not in a necessarily morose or depressed way, but to find the time in this month. This is the month, Livaker Beheichalo, to meditate, to contemplate, to take time to think of the biggest questions. What am I most thankful for? What do I take for granted? What are my hopes? What are my aspirations? What do I know I need to improve, and how can I improve it? To at least ask the questions. We can't have answers if we don't ask the questions. And it is levaker beichalo. It is living an examined life. That is the doorway, the gateway, the entrance to the other two as well. That leads to a sense of living. Shifti b'beis Hashem, to be living in Hashem's house. Lachsos b'noam Hashem, and to behold, to have clarity. And with that clarity, achieve a greater sense of Noam Hashem, the pleasantness of God. And so these three pieces of the pasuk, these three things that David HaMelech asks, even though he sees them as only one, they are the best ingredients to have a successful, a meaningful Elul. And I hope it will be that for everyone. I hope this will be a month of connection, of inspiration, of contemplation. And with that, we look forward to, in not too long, the beginning of another blessed year. Good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.